Hello, and welcome to the Peak Endurance Podcast, the podcast that helps you push your limits and achieve your ultra running goals. And look at me sitting here, lounging back on the couch. And that's for a reason. I've got my endurance boots, recovery boots on. Don't worry about the brand. I'm not sponsored. They're a pair I've bought, and I am going to be talking about um, I'm basically diving into the hot topic of recovery technology. I'm Isabel Tate, by the way, and basically compression boots and whether they're worth the hype. Let's find out. Now, I've got the controller here, right? And I'm going to turn it on so you'll see how noisy or not it is. I'm just going to put it on to, I've forgotten which one I like. I think it's the third one. And about the medium, if I suddenly start freaking out, then I'll have it too high. Before we start, as you can hear the slight humming. Remember to like this video, please, and subscribe to the channel for more ultra running content. Of course, you can see my notes here because there's a fair bit of technical stuff to do with these boots. Alrighty, so I've zipped up. So basically, there you go. Once I didn't zip them up properly, when they expanded, they just went, and all the zips came undone. So you've got to be really careful. I've got it on the setting where it's doing like there's 4 chambers. So 1, 2 is the feet and the calves. 3, 4 is kind of almost over my knees and my quads. And I'm doing 2 at a time. You can do 1 at a time. And there's another one that I can't remember. So compression boots have been gaining big popularity amongst athletes, especially in the endurance community. Every second athlete I have, with peak endurance coaching seems to have compression boots. And I was feeling a bit of FOMO, feeling a bit left out. So I waited till they were on special, $700, which was pretty good. And I got a pair. Alrighty. So I think that I find I can have it relatively high for the feet and calves, but not too high for the quads. I feel like where it gets to the top of the quads just here, oh, it hurts a bit. All right. So what exactly are they? Well, and it's funny because since I thought everybody knew what they were, and I've been finding that when I say to people on my compression boots, they don't know what I'm talking about. So anyway, they're inflatable boots that use air pressure to massage your legs. Now, I wouldn't go so far as to say it's massage. This does not take the place of massage, if you ask me. It's like wearing compression tights times a million. Promotes blood flow, which I can believe, and potentially, see, and that's the word, potentially speeding up recovery. It makes you feel good. It's a good chance to just lay back on the couch. I get restless legs at night. It really helps with restless legs. The only issue I have is often sitting here for 20 minutes having to be still makes my restless legs kick in. So I've got my legs in these boots, can't move, and I've got restless legs. And can I tell you, it's a little bit of it kind of does my head in. So I know some people can sit in them. I know some people for an hour. From what I've read, you shouldn't do more than 30 minutes. The maximum time on this is 30 minutes, but of course you can do that twice. But yeah, I couldn't do. I thought originally, oh yeah, I'd go for 30 minutes. I can't go longer than 20 minutes because otherwise I start to feel a little bit angsty about being trapped in this one position. Alrighty, so increased blood flow. I definitely believe that that is true. Endurance sports boots or any of these sort of sports boots use dynamic compression technology to accelerate the body's natural recovery process. So it's just accelerating. And basically you can feel it's just compressing. It's not massaging. Massaging is, getting in. It's just compressing and then like compressing the blood flow and then it releases and then the blood can gush through. And that's how it's increasing the blood flow. So that's not a massage and it will never replicate massage. It can't get into knots and trigger points and all that sort of stuff. I see ads since I've bought them. Of course, I get all the ads on Instagram for them. And it says, a deep tissue massage. No, I disagree. I don't see how it can be. But they're saying it enhances the circulation of blood, oxygen, and nutrients to your muscles, which, that sounds fair to me. Reduce recovery time. They say that using these boots after your workout or game help speed up cellular repair and protein synthesis, boost lymphatic drainage, I can believe that a bit, to reduce inflammation and relieve swelling and flush toxins such as lactic acid, out of your system. Now, you don't flush lactic acid. Lactic acid isn't the bad guy anyway. It's the anyway. I'm not going to go into all of that another time, but lactic acid is not the bad guy, and so they use. Yeah, I think increased blood flow that leads to reduced recovery time. Ergonomically designed. Okay, maximum recovery range and comfort while using. Well, like I said, I know some people find it infinitely relaxing. I don't, because I feel a bit claustrophobic, I guess is the word I would go for. But you hear how quiet it is? I can watch Netflix, not a problem. It's just the TV's there, so I get a sore neck, like big problems going on here. But yeah, so compression up to 280 mmHg. Okay, this I have never gone to maximum compression. Can I tell you? I find about, even for my feet and ankles, about the third one from the top is enough. I can't do anymore. And I don't actually think it's good to compress your veins that much. Like, that just doesn't seem right. Like, I'd be worried that something bad's going to happen. Injury assist technology allows you to turn off chambers and isolate muscle groups if required. Now, I did that 100K a couple of weeks ago, and I wore the boots after. And during the race, I've got a bit of a knee issue going on, niggle. We don't have injuries. And the knee swole up, right? And I didn't even think about it. I just put the boots on. But after I took the boots off, I'm like, oh, shit, my knee actually feels worse because the compression was pushing down on all that swelling and all that knee. So next time, I would turn it off there. The swelling's gone down. It's fine. It wasn't a problem. It was just, I did 100 Ks on a slightly dodgy knee, on a 54-year-old's knee, essentially, right? That's done a lot of, sports and whatnot. So I have to say that you would want to maybe switch that off if you feel, if you're worried about it pushing your knees and that sort of thing. It's got 4 air chambers, like I said, and you can switch off some of the air chambers if you want to. Like I said, next time if my knee was swollen, I'd probably switch off the knee chamber. As you can hear, they're nice and quiet. And the 3 modes are, it works progressively up the leg. So it'll start with 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it will release. I don't like that one so much. I don't know why. It's because I like more pressure on the feet and ankles, and I can't adjust. Normally, I'm not doing it now, but normally I adjust the pressure up and down for the quads or the calves. Also because I have more issues with my calves. So I find, and that's where a lot of my restless legs are, if I can increase it on the calves, that's better for me. But you'll find what works for you. Then there's the 4 parts separately and then 2 parts at a time. I wear them on the couch like this as I watch TV. And how good does it feel that you're actually doing something productive for your recovery? I also use red light technology, which I will do a podcast on that as well. So the only issue is they're quite bulky. Like I showed you this. This is the unit, and then there's this big cable. The boots themselves, I can't grab the bag now. Sorry, I should have thought of that. But even then, it's once you've used them, it's hard to get all the air out. It's like, when you go camping with the mattress. It's really hard to get all the air out. So then you're not exactly, like the red light therapy I took to Europe, to Canada, everything. I would not be taking these with me anywhere. It's too bulky. Weekends away, we're off to Bulla over the Twixtmas, which is the between Christmas and New Year, Twixtmas and into New Year. And I'll take them then, because we're going to do heaps of running and mountain biking and lots of awesome stuff. So, and height-wise, these were for my height. I reckon I could have they go to there. I reckon I maybe could have got the ones for tall people. Ron uses them. He's over 6 foot and he's fine with them. So what's the verdict? Are compression boots worth it for ultra runners? I mean, I'm glad I didn't spend $1,100 on them. Let's put it that way. Okay. Even 700. They're good. Worth 700? I'm not 100% sure. So they're good, yes, but with some caveats. They seem to be most effective for reducing muscle soreness and potentially speeding up recovery. So, if I have sore legs, like after I've done a big run and I use them, I feel better. I don't know how much of that is the, what's the word? That the effect, Oh my God, don't you hate it when you count? This is why I write notes, and I shouldn't go off piste, should I? Um, you know, where you think something's going to work. Oh my God, you're all yelling it at me, aren't you? Um, and and you just want it to work, so you go, yes, it works. Okay. Um, I don't know. I don't know how much of that is involved. Certainly after I did the 100K and I put them on, I did feel better, but my knee felt worse. So there you go. But they work best as part of a comprehensive recovery strategy. You can't just whack these on and go, recovery sorted. I can now go and binge on beer and burgers and fries. A burger's not too bad. So recovery includes proper nutrition, hydration, and rest, and sleep, like really good quality sleep. So if you're frequently dealing with sore legs that impact your training, or if you're looking to optimize your recovery between back-to-back long runs, compression boots would be a valuable addition to your, toolbox of recovery options. However, if you constantly have sore legs, you need to look into your training load and whether you're doing strength work, whether you're running too much, whether you're running too much on concrete. You shouldn't have sore legs all the time from running, essentially. And also, everybody's body responds differently. What works for me might not work for you, and vice versa. And if possible, try to pair before investing. When I was doing the Trans Selkirks race in Revelstoke in Canada, I tried a pair. And before then, I'd always wondered, but I didn't want to buy a pair at that time. And I was like, oh, they're awesome. And I did like them. And they are relaxing. Mind you, you had a good chair for it too. Like, I don't know why. I don't find it particularly comfortable sitting like this. So that was helpful. And I was in Canada, so everything felt better. Anyway, if possible, try them out. If you've got a friend who's got a set, they won't mind. I would be happy for someone to use them. And other people are like, oh yeah, but other people's sweaty legs, oh, whatever. It's quite funny when you take them off. You can see the compression has been working. You've got all wrinkles from the insides of the boots. I'm wearing leggings now, but I sometimes just wear shorts, so you can really see it on the skin. Anyway, I'm glad I got them. They're good, but I'm also glad I didn't spend $1,100 and I only spent $700. And even then, $700 is a lot. Yeah, so they're good, but if you don't have the money, don't feel like you're missing out. I personally think I did a half an hour stretching session last night. I felt really good after that, probably better than after the boots, to be honest. And that stretching session cost me nothing. So, one day I'll have to show, I am thinking to myself, I've got to do at least a photo or a video, all the different recovery tools I have. I have everything because I am really, really obsessed with recovery. All right. So have you tried compression boots and what was your experience? Please comment and let me know. Would be really interested whether you're a little bit underwhelmed like me. Like I said, they're good, but I know people who go, oh, I'll just put my boots on and I'll be fine. It's so much more than that. I think nutrition is so much more than recovery boots. To me, nutrition and sleep are the bee's knees for recovery. These are great, but work on your nutrition and sleep strategies first. All righty, so this is Isabel Tate from Peak Endurance Coaching and Peak Endurance Podcast, reminding you that every step takes you closer to your peak. Keep pushing, keep enduring, as always, and I'll catch you on the trails. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Catch you next time. Bye.